Who has heard the poem called The Snake? So I have it. Does anybody want to hear it again? You sure? Are you sure? Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. All right. This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called The Snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you. The border. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Greetings, brothers and sisters from the four corners of the world. I hope everyone is having a wonderful and blessed day in your respective lands. This lesson, Cern, it's called the snake, brothers and sisters. And I know that was 7 years ago. And I know that was referring to the Babylonian, the American elections at that time. But I want you to understand for a minute. But before, go ahead and close your eyes and think, what is a snake to you? And also think, what is a snake to the Most High? Once upon a time, in the beginning of creation, there was a Father in heaven who was called a Creator, or the Son. And the Holy Spirit and the angels, and they all said, well, let's get together and let's put some ideas together to make the earth. And the Most High said, all right, I'm going to make man in my image, but I want you, you angels, to worship all those in my image. And then there came a split, a vicious divide in the kingdom. As Lucifer said, serve? I am above them. I am perfect. I am an angel. Why would I serve something that is less than myself? We know what a snake is through the books of the Bible, and starting first at Genesis. That's a angelic snake that fell from its form with 1/3 of an army to his left and his right to roam the earth and to cause havoc all over God's beautiful creation. But what is a snake to you? Some people think of snakes as good things. You take a garden and you put a garden snake in a garden and it will eat the mice. They say, oh, well, it's protecting the garden from mice and other insects that may destroy the crops. Some people think of a snake as a good thing, but brothers and sisters, snakes are not good at all. Snakes slithering, they hiss, they bite, they gaze, they lie amongst their belly and slither, watching who is unaware, watching for the wrong step, sensing the adrenaline in your body, sensing the fear, sensing the lack, the lack, the lack of salvation in your soul, sensing the lack of faith you have towards the Most High, sensing how sharp your spiritual sword is, sensing if you are having firmly, if you have firmly placed on the breastplate of righteousness, glancing at how you have put your sandals, your shoes of truth on, and how you will operate around that snake. Brothers and sisters, welcome. And we have come to a point in paganism where this is the year of the dragon. Now, I do not, for one, believe in astrology, numerology, and all these different superstitions as they all tether the line of sorcery, necromancing, soothsaying, divinations, right? But I want you to recognize the truth that I'm going to share with you. So, this is according to the Asian and China community. This is the year of the Chinese dragon. And why is this special? Well, let's take a look. It says the Chinese dragon. Okay, academians have identified four reliable theories on the origin of the Chinese dragon: snakes, Chinese alligators, thunder worship. I mean, hasn't there been a lot of storms lately? Hasn't there been a lot of tornadoes lately? Hasn't there been a lot of flooding lately? And the worship of nature. Hmm. This traditionally symbolizes potent and auspicious powers, particularly the control over water. The what? The control. And now you see so many things happening with water. Am I wrong? Am I right? It says historically, the Chinese dragon was associated with the Emperor of China and used as a symbol to represent imperial power. Imperial power. I'm going to go over these words with you. Imperial power. Imperial prince. 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 Imperial power. Splendid, strong, powerful, having commanding quality. Imperial power goes back to empire. Hmm? Look what it says: realm or dominion. Ooh, we rule, authority, kingdom, imperial, imperial, imperial. This is the year of Lucifer. Okay, this is the year. And I want, and then some people are going to say, no, that's crazy. They said, how can this be the year? Well, let me explain to you. Satan and his fallen legion, well, they are many. The Bible tells us this. They've roamed around the world creating chaos all over the earth. And some, if you've read the book of Enoch, some spirits we call demons, they are bound to certain areas. Now, brothers and sisters, you just got to pay attention, okay? Pay, trust me on this. Pay attention. This is the symbol used: imperial, dominion power, kingdom power. We know the dragon as Lucifer. And the founder of the Han Dynasty, it claimed that he was conceived after his mother dreamt of a dragon. It almost sounds like they're copying the story of Mary and Christ. But we obviously know Christ is no dragon. It says emperors wore robes with dragon motif as a as an imperial symbol. High officials might also be presented with dragon robes. Yuan dynasty, the two-horned five-clawed dragon was designated for use by the Son of Heaven, for the Son of Heaven, for the Son of for the Son of Heaven, for the Son of Heaven. Yes, Yanzi, or the Son of Heaven. This is called the man. Let's do it right. The Son of Heaven, the sacred monarchical and imperial title of the Chinese sovereign, a doctrine of the mandate of heaven. Oh, you thought the Chinese don't believe? Listen here, listen here. Okay. Hmm. It says the Son of Heaven was subsequently adapted by a cynospheric monarchs to justify their rule. The name Celestial Empire, or Heavenly Dynasty, was also used in reference to the status of the Chinese emperor as a son of heaven. Pay attention, because these people think that this got nothing to do with Buddha, does it? Does it? Hindu? I don't see nothing here about that. Do you? Okay, pay close attention. The Son of Heaven was supreme universal monarch who ruled Tiangxi, which means all under heaven. All under heaven. What? His status is rendered in English as ruler of the whole world. Now, listen here. I got a problem here, because so you're telling me you observe Christ, but then you're going to tie him to a dragon, which means you're not talking about Christ. You're talking about Lucifer, because Lucifer in the Bible is considered he's considered the what? The morning star, the son of the morning, right? Listen here. They worship the devil, ruler of the whole world. It says the title son of heaven was interpreted literally only in China and Japan, only in their culture, whose monarchs are referred to as demigods, deities, or living gods. Hmm. Chosen by the gods and goddesses of heaven. Something don't sound right here. Are you? Something ain't right here. You to pay close attention. You see what's going on here. All right, let's go back. So the dragon, designated for the Son of Heaven or the Emperor only. Oh boy, only if you knew, right? Only if you knew. The dragon is sometimes used in the West as a national emblem of China, though such use is not commonly seen in the People's Republic of China or Taiwan. What? Hmm. Hmm. Wow. In Hong Kong, the dragon was a component of the coat of arms under British rule. Who would have thought? Right? Chinese dragon has different connotations from the European dragon. Wow. Now, fast forward this. Chinese dragon is a spiritual and cultural symbol that represents prosperity and good luck, as well as a rain deity that fosters harmony. A rain deity, huh? Well, they're doing these things in the earth, brothers and sisters, the spirits and their children, just like the book of First John teaches, they are children of the devil. Their children are doing things to honor them. They're rain deities. They're turning up things. They're accelerating things, right? It says sometimes Chinese people use the term descendants of the dragon as a sign of ethnic identity. What in the what is going on here where you want to be called a descendant of a serpent? We have a problem here. Imagine, right? Imagine Christians fighting Jews and Jews fighting Muslims and Muslims fighting Jews and Christians, and yet all their books all point to Christ being the Messiah and returning, and they can't get along. But you got people who claiming themselves to be the descendants of the serpent. I, you can't make this stuff up. You're fighting each other when there's others who are claiming through their history to be descendants of the serpent. Never mind. Okay, moving forward. It says the dragon was a symbol of the Chinese emperor for many dynasties. Under the Qing dynasty or Qing dynasty, Azure dragon was featured on the first Chinese national flag, and it featured again 12 symbol national emblem, which was during the Republic of China from 1913 to 1928. 12 symbols, 12 children for for Jacob, 12 tribes of it. You don't get what Satan is trying. He said, I will be like the Most High. Wherever I can be worshiped, I will be worshiped. Hmm. Y'all thought this was a game. You thought them just saying you're the dragon was just them being foolish. But you have to know why. And then I'll show you a little more. It says the ancient Chinese self identified as, wait, the ancient Chinese self identified, the ancient Chinese self identified as the gods of the dragon, because the Chinese dragon is an imagined reptile that represents evolution from the ancestors and key energy. What? Ki or chi, you know, chi, chi energy. Hmm. Dragon like motifs of a zoomorphic composition of a in reddish brown stone have been found at Chahai site in the Xinglongwa culture. The presence of dragons within Chinese culture dates back several thousand years, with the discovery of a dragon statue dating back to the 5th millennium BC. Now, some of the earliest dragon artifacts are the pig dragon carving on the Hongsheng culture. Pig dragon is a type of jade artifact. Pig dragon. Half one thing, half the other. Pig, and then you wonder, and they got people putting pig livers, pig kidneys in their body. Anybody saw that? They thought it was such a marvelous idea. They thought they said, "Oh yeah, yeah, we did so great. One big one for science." Man, listen, gonna sit there and use people for guinea pigs. First man to receive pig kidney dies 2 months after. It wasn't so historic after all, right? He underwent the world's first pig kidney transplant at the age of 62. At that point, what are you doing? Where is your family? They must have been receiving some money. They must have been receiving some money. Hey, we'll give you some money. So you mean to tell me your family's life is. Listen, he already had type 2 diabetes and hypertension. Come on. Who convinced this person? Obviously, he wasn't loved by his family. Obviously. Pig dragon. That's why they're so, oh, put things on the pig. They worship the pig. Mind you, the pig is not a real animal. The pig is not real. Somebody wake up. Read the book of Joshua. Pig is not real. For those who are Muslim, it even says in that Quran, right? In your Quran, pigs, monkeys, and you see they always trying to correlate humans to pigs, humans to apes and monkeys, because the Most High, just like it said in the book of Joshua, he changed people into animals for their worst level of disobedience. No, we didn't come from monkeys, silly. Our Father turned your kind, your brothers and sisters, into monkeys because you were acting like a monkey. You are acting like one, right? Trying to build a tower up to the Most High. You are an animal. It says the coiled dragon or snake played an important role in early Chinese culture. The character dragon in the earliest Chinese writing has a similar coil form as do later jade dragons emulate from the Shang period. Ancient Chinese referred to unearthed fossil bones as dragon bones. What? Unearthed unearthed fossil bones as dragon bones. So now we're unearthing some stuff here. It says while these dragon bones have often been asserted in modern times to be dinosaur bones. What? What? You said there were dinosaurs. These were demons. We knew this though. And there was no Big Bang. You know what the Big Bang was? It was called a flood. Just wipe them all out. Most High wiped them all out. Their flesh decayed. And guess what? They sunk in the ground. And their bodies and their bones were melted in the ground or were submerged into the soil, buried, and now they're looking to dig them up. That's what archaeologists is for, digging up what the Most High destroyed. Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's take it a step further. Now, I love, I love. Now, notice how this is apparently truth, right? Origin. Remember this. This is apparently truth. But the minute you start saying the word demon, it becomes a myth. You slick little devil, you, right? The minute you start calling things demons, then it becomes a myth. Why? Why? Because Satan doesn't want you to know that he's real. Because the demons don't want you and your family and everyone to know that it's real. They want you to think that, oh, well, You know, we're going to set up portals all over the world and just think that everything is going to be all. Oh, listen here, that everything is going to be all right. Portals that just bridging the planet together. Invite us to what? Meet above borders. Above means over you. You ignorant beings. Above borders. What? You think this is normal? You you think we gonna normalize witchcraft? We gonna normalize. Now, if we were 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, looking at Stargate, let me put it up. I think that's what it's called, right? Stargate. We were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you was looking at this show, Stargate, where they would walk through the goodness. And everyone said, "Oh, that's not real." Brothers and sisters, you better wake up quickly. Everything they said was not real. They are introducing to the world so fast. What borders are they wanting to? What borders are they wanting to what? That should be your question. Portals exist in countries around the world. I thought this was new. And invite us to meet. Who said I want to meet anybody? Invite us to meet above borders. Notice it didn't say people. Invite us to meet other people, other cultures. It just said above borders and differences. So, someone, New York City portal bridge to a united planet. What planet are you talking about that is above borders? Because we as creation, we need passports still. We can't just hop over a border. And passports, there's still immigration in every country. People are still, people crawl under a wall, under the ground, over the ground, through the water, smuggling hair, So what are you talking about? If you just wanted to invite people, why have borders then? Right? Something is wrong here. And this is the year of what? The dragon. Let's let's see what happens here. People paint the dragon shape with a horse head and a snake's tail. Hmm. An expression of three joints, nine resemblance. That's 12. Always copying that number 12. 7, 6, pay attention to those. 4, pay attention to those numbers. It says these are the joints as to nine resemblance. They are following. His antlers resemble those of a stag, his head, that of a camel, the eyes, those of a demon. Remember, his neck, that of a snake. How come any time it's referring to a demon, it's a myth? It's a myth. Hmm. Says initially the dragon was benevolent, wise, and just, but the Buddhists introduced the concept of malevolent influence among some dragons. Just as water destroys, they said so can some dragons destroy via floods, tidal waves, and I mean, the name typhoon. Let me see if they have it here. Typhoon. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do some. Let's do some research. Okay. Look what it says. Typhoon, father of the winds. Look what it says. Monster from the depths. And they say, "Oh, you're the crazy one." No, you're the crazy one for not looking. That's why they call it typhoon. You think it's normal. You think it's just a tornado. You think it's just strong winds blowing the water every year. Well, these demons identify themselves in seasons so it can feel normal. You think our Father in heaven created, you think he created seasons with times of destruction, wildfires, tornadoes? It says originally he created everything and he saw that it was good. Is this good? Not at all. But because people continue to sin, the demons have power over sin. Look what it says. They suggested that some of the worst floods were believed to have been a result of a mortal upsetting a dragon. Now, it's not about a mortal upsetting a dragon. It's about creation sinning against the Most High. So then demons have power over you. That's why I named that lesson prior, or that series, Strings Attached. The more you sin, the more weakness you have. They have the ability to yank your neck, your ears, your tongue, your arms, your emotions all over the place. It says the pearl is associated with spiritual energy, wisdom, prosperity, power, immortality, thunder, or the moon. Chinese art often depicts a pair of dragons chasing or fighting over a flaming pearl. Henceforth, look, I mean, all the worldly females want a nice set of pearls, don't they? They want a nice set of gems, right? It's crazy. If we think about it, watch this. Most people don't, they have no idea that Satan was beautiful, covered in gems, just like Ezekiel tells us, right? And then Satan has constructed this world to believe that jewelry and diamonds and all these beautiful things that he used to be scaled with is something to obtain. And so the man works hard to please the woman, the worldly women, to buy them these beautiful jewelry sets that was belonging to Satan. So now, guess what? That man works to obtain Satan in his life, not the Most High. Oh, shoot. Because that jewelry not going to get you to the kingdom. That jewelry not going to get you to the kingdom. Chinese dragons, usually depicted bat like as well. They had their ability to fly, control rain and water. Pay attention now. Come on now, brothers and sisters. It says in many other countries, folk tales speak on of the dragon having all the attributes of 11 creatures of the zodiac. And yeah, that thing is a bunch of trash. But we know the zodiac is all demons, sorcery. Look what it says. The Chinese dragons are strongly associated with water and weather in popular religion. They are believed to be rulers of moving bodies of water, such as waterfalls, rivers, or sea. My goodness. My goodness. The four major dragon kings representing four seas: east, south, west, and come on, the four corners. Come on. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to let you know what's coming is really bad. What's coming is really, really bad. Calling themselves descendants of the dragon? You didn't even know Asians, the Chinese call themselves descent. I, and it's nothing to those who are of Asian culture that didn't know, or those who serve the Most High or trying to serve the Most High. But we need an explanation for those who aren't serving the Most High and saying, what, you say you're not religious, but look what your history claims you guys to be. Hmm. It says dragons featured in carvings on the stairs and walkways in Imperial Palace and Imperial tombs, such as the Forbidden City in Beijing. Hmm. I wonder why it's forbidden. Do you know why it's forbidden? It was called a sacrificial imperial ancestral temple. Anything but sacrificial means what? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Okay. Look what it says. The Forbidden City, as the residence of the terrestrial empire, was its earthly counterpart. Jin refers to the prohibition or taboo. Shang meant council, fortress, fortification, but in modern Chinese means city. Now they talking a really interesting talk. Why? Because why would you say terrestrial and not teach people about the celestial? You see, some people know more than what they place, and it's called forbidden. Well, you know, because they never want you to know what they did there and who they worship. Now, remember, in the Arabic culture, jinn is a demon. What? What? We putting it all together now because jinn refers to prohibition or taboo. Let's look at it. You say, oh, things that are taboo. A social group's ban, prohibition, or avoidance of something. They called jinn. That's right. You avoid them at all costs. You avoid them at all costs. The Bible tells us that. Man, it's looking really bad. Let's keep going. I mean, brothers and sisters, it's it's looking crazy. Look what it says. Worship of the dragon god is celebrated throughout China with sacrifices and processions during the fifth and sixth moons. And you're talking about this is a lesson piggybacking from the what? The eclipse. Don't play around. This ain't the time to lose focus. We at a high, I mean the highest time to get your soul snatched. Yeah, I said it. To get your soul snatched. For what? A little distraction? Look, look. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Classical error. Because you thought it was over. Many dragons, the famous long, yes. I even found out from a student I was teaching. This one hurt me. Because I love this tea. Watch this. Yep, yep. Y'all ready? Hold on now. I want y'all to. I gotta get this. Okay. Because y'all need to see. As I told y'all, I teach in a university. You couldn't make this up if you wanted to. This is my student from China. Share with me. Oh, I was giving out an assignment on, just a little fun assignment on oolong. And she said, in China we don't call it oolong. We call it black dragon tea. Why y'all got it? Man, listen. And y'all know how powerful this tea is. When I tell you this tea is powerful, oh man, this is the one. Black Dragon Tea. They just call it oolong to you. Oh, this is people don't even know what they listen. Listen here, brothers and sisters. We in a war here. I would like to share that. We in a war of knowledge. We in a war, and I know it just seems so innocent. It's tea, right? Black Dragon tea. I mean, it's good for weight loss. It's good for mental clarity. This is not a lesson on tea. but sharing with you that these things go farther than what you may think. They go farther than what you may think. Now, my student said brief things about what they said about this tea. Mind you, they start calling it dragon, phoenix, all these kinds of stuff. Listen here. All right, brothers and sisters, we are in a war to understand. Do you understand? To understand, to understand. Popular, and watch this, in ethnic Chinese, Southeast Asia, and what? Gong Fu tea ceremony. Now, everyone knows a ceremony is for a god. Now, they said it themselves that when they're mentioning dragon and they believe that they're children of the dragon, hmm, come on, come on, brothers and sisters, there's more than meets the eye. Someone's gonna say, "So, Minister Shab, can we drink the tea?" I will say this: if you in America or Europe and you get the tea bags, guess what? They're fake. They're fake. The ones in the tea bag are fake. All right. Um, but anywho, let's continue. So we left off with the taboo, right? They said, "Oh, it's getting real. Children of the themselves," and this is wild to me, brothers and sisters, because they call themselves descendants of the dragon. We didn't call them that. They called themselves. They took that title. Okay. Now watch this. The Japanese mission delivered a message from the Son of Heaven in the land where the sun rises. Who is the morning star? Lucifer rises. Lucifer. This is referring to Lucifer. Pay attention. Pay attention. Ooh. They call it their concept the mandate of heaven. Come on, pay attention. So this is not just them claiming the year of the dragon, brothers and sisters. This is an attack on the Most High. And they started by with all these weather modifications, which is demons, earthquakes, everything happening with the water, bridges collapsing, all having to do with water. Come on now. Pay close attention. Now, it says based on the epitaphs dating back 4th and 5th century, Gargiuel, I know I'm butchering it, I apologize, but I don't care, had concepts of the Son of Heaven and Tianxia, remember, meaning the rule under heaven. The rulers of G use the titles of Emperor and Son of Heaven, position G at the center of Heidong, east of the sea, Tianxia, which encompass which encompass the historical domain of the Saman, another name for the three kingdoms of Korea. The three kingdoms of Korea. Yeah, that's also um, North and South Korea too. They got some stuff coming for them. TikTok, and it's crazy because I have lived in South Korea for a while, and you know, before knowing this, the people they were really nice to me, right? I'm quite sure a lot of the people have no idea, and a lot of them don't keep up with the culture of their past. But this is why it's important, brothers and sisters, to understand history. You can't just go with anything. You must research. You must study to show yourself approved. We are living in the age where information can come at your fingertips. You don't think the Most High will judge us all for what we didn't search out? Come on. And you think we're going to get mercy based on Noah and the flood? Those people did not have internet. They had Noah, and they had those with Noah, and they had Noah's family. Brothers and sisters, you got people from all walks of life telling you Christ is on his way. Maybe the message is not completely full or correct, but all in all, you have people saying Christ is on the way. You have people who are dreaming dreams. You got children who are dreaming dreams. You got people who are dying. You got people converting from other religions. You got people saying that others are wrong and they're not serving the Most High properly. And you think the Most High is going to spear us on the day of judgment? We have everything we need at our fingertips. And you don't even have to buy it. You don't even have to buy it, brothers and sisters. The world is in trouble. The world is in trouble. So pay attention. All this tied back to jinn, taboo. Now they started releasing things of taboo, of the jinn. They started putting up what? Portals. And then, oh, no, no, nobody saw it. Nobody saw what happened recently. Nobody saw what just happened. No, I don't think you were paying attention. I don't think you were paying attention because something is seriously wrong. Something is seriously wrong. Vatican holds press conference on supernatural phenomena. Now, they're going to put these little subtitles. Announcement is gaining traction because the one like this has not been held since February 1978. Lie, lie. Let's fact check them. 2008, Vatican scientist says belief in God and aliens is okay. let's keep going. 2014, Pope Francis says he would baptize aliens. That's 10 years ago. What is going on? Are you being prepped with these portals? Something really bad is coming, brothers and sisters. This is May 17th, 2024. Vatican holds a press conference and announce the update church doctrines on supernatural phenomena. On Friday, a notice about the press conference has been posted on the website Holy See Press Office, which led several outlets to incorrectly report about aliens. But what? Listen, you'll baptize them, but then you want to claim that it's false. We not you're not gonna belittle our intelligence. Now watch this. You ready? Rather, the church officials will present the new provisions of the dicastery for the doctrine of faith for discerning between for discern. They telling you you better learn how to discern. I told you this first. The Most High told you before me. He told us all, and no one's paying attention. Discerning between apparitions and other supernatural phenomena. What? It says an apparition refers to an instance where a divine entity, such as a saint, the Virgin Mary, or Christ himself, appears before a person on earth. What are you trying to say? And why are you hiding this and saying it's a divine entity? What 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 are you trying to tell us here? What let's look at, brothers and sisters. And so many uh, Most High forgive me. So many ignorant beings, your creation, Most High, they're going to believe, yeah, apparition is nothing. Yeah, you know, it's what he said. Apparition. It's a specter. It's a ghost, a demon. It ain't Christ. What? They're going to sit there and tell you supernatural appearance or manifestation, an appearance, the revealing of Christ, child to the wise men. Remember the wise. Wait a minute. You don't believe me? Remember? Let me get. Remember the wise men I shared with y'all in lessons ago? Let's research real quick. Wise men. They were sorcerers. They were sorcerers. Okay. What they're telling you is they are conjuring. There are people in the world conjuring demons. Now remember, the Bible says they will appear as they were as angels of light. Wake up. People about to, when I tell you, you think, Most High. Hold on. Hold that thought. Let me full circle. Full circle, okay. Full circle. I promise. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Okay. You think that putting these portals up and then, oh, and then the Vatican coming out saying, hey, get ready. And let's look at the portal website. It says at the top, join fellowship. This is a this is a ritual to open up your soul to demons to latch on to your body. You thought you thought it was just a little circle. We, come on now. Come on now. Come, look at what they sharing. We as a creation at this point, you better, brothers and sisters, everyone should be praying the same prayer. Maranatha. Hey, Most High, send your son now because they're showing us what's nice. But your Bible, you told us not to trust the devil. And this looks creepy. All of a sudden, you were just years ago separating us because of some medical mayhem that you wanted everyone to believe. And now you want to bring us together? I don't trust you. We all share more than what separates us? What is that? Can you tell me? We are all together on this tiny, beautiful spaceship called Earth. I'm an English professor. I'm telling you, there no words are put here for no reason. Expanding our definition of home. Portals are an invitation. Portals are an invitation. That's it. To meet fellow humans above borders and prejudices and to experience our home, planet Earth, as it really is, united in one. Why are you trying to unite the whole world? What are you trying to do here? Started in 2021. So you mean to tell me you was working on this during the lockdowns? Everything is for a reason. Look at this. Expanding into large cities and little towns around the world, portals are alive and constantly growing network, while each portal is an individual sculpture, together they exist as one entity. They are alive. I had to take you to the website itself. They are alive. Thought this was a game. You Lithuania, Poland, New York, Ireland. More coming soon. Even tell you how to find it. There's more. How do they connect? It's a 24/7 live stream rotating between locations, thus providing a window between faraway places and culture. Oh, man. Each portal technology sculpture is built to last for centuries. Nah, man. Nah, nah, nah. This is more than what they're saying. I'm showing you from their own mouth. Portals are global network inviting us to meet fellow humans above borders and third-party narratives. Third party? Who the heck is a third party? If you want people to go and experience one another, give everyone a passport. Problem solved. Problem solved, right? But you, 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 you want me to fellowship. You want me to fellowship. Portals are identical technology sculptures building countries around the world connected to each other. They invite us to meet fellow humans above borders and disagreements. Portals are hosted by local partners such as cities and governments. If you are a city official or government representative interested, please click there. Come on, come on. Each bird needs two wings to fly. Each river needs two shores to flow. Likewise, a single portal is not truly a portal. It requires other portals to it. If this don't irritate you spiritually, I don't know what to tell you anymore. They first had those weird looking monoliths that come around, popping around. Everyone remember that? Monolith here, monolith there. Okay. Monolith. Monument consisting of a large block of stone. Yeah, yeah. They first had these coming up everywhere. And now, I said, oh, that didn't bother them. All right, Charlie, we can go on in full force. Just start putting up what? Let's just start putting up things all over the earth. Oh, wait. Hold on now. Before we put up these portals, let's not forget. Let's not forget. Right? Give me a quick second. Let's not forget, right? We're gonna establish we're gonna establish WorldCoin. Scan your retina, right? Because whatever's coming, I want your soul. That's what they're saying. WorldCoin community building a more human economic. Listen here. WorldCoin, humanness in the age of AI. Y'all remember I did a lesson on this? There you.
AGI is going to happen, and it will change how the economy operates, and it will change how the internet works in very meaningful ways. So there are certain parts of the internet where we clearly need a human gate almost. Like you can only enter this if you're an actual human being, otherwise please stay out of this. And that is what World ID is.
A human gate, huh? Now they got portals.
I am Alex Balia. I'm CEO of Tools for Humanity, which is the founding and one of the main contributing entities to the WorldCoin project. We believe that, and I think at this point it's fairly obvious, that in the coming years, 90+% of everything we interact with and see will be somewhat created or enhanced by AI. And that is a problem. It's not a problem for everything. Actually, it's very fun and cool for most things because it's just very entertaining. You will be able to create the perfect song you like just with kind of a simple ask. You will be able to create the perfect video. So these are all great things. But there's other parts of the internet. I think X or Twitter is actually a good example where it's not in all of our interest if people with certain interests can influence broad public opinion with tens of thousands of instances of AI that follow a certain idea. But now we are in the situation where I really do believe in the next 2 years, we are faced with two options. Either we will enforce government KYC at a pretty large scale for many things that we use, or we use World ID.
2 years. I told you something bad was coming. 2 years. Let's keep it rolling.
So fundamentally, on a protocol level, it's two things. It is a way to verify humanness truly at population scale, independent of governments, able to scale to billions of people. And that is what we call World ID, which underlying is a biometric verification device that we call the orb, that you see here, that actually allows us to do that.
Now remember, we feared all those movies, right? We're growing up, we've seen end time movies, say the mark of the beast and how everything was going to change and one world order and a world ID. You're looking at it. Portals to identify you. World coin scanning your retina, proving if you are a human. Excuse me, proving if you are with the beast or not. You don't think this is going to scan your entire body looking for a hand chip or a implant upon your face? This is where we are, and when I tell you we are moving at light speed, you couldn't imagine. Brothers and sisters, you couldn't imagine. We are moving at light speed. There is no time. Time is a figment of our imagination because it's moving so fast.
World ID, that's building block one, and two is a digital currency called WorldCoin that everyone that actually verifies for World ID receives ownership in it. That is the protocol level, and then also to get all of this going, we built the first app that connects to the protocol that we call the World App. So that's a non-custodial wallet that lets you send money to your friends, lets you verify with your World ID, and kind of brings together many of the technologies that came out of crypto in the last couple of years and just makes them very easy to understand and use.
So as we started building up the WorldCoin network, we realized that one of the hardest parts, if not the hardest, honestly, was just going to be figuring out who was a real person and who was not in the first place to let into the network.
What?
So we researched for many, many years, tried a lot of different things. At the end of the day, we came up with this idea of World ID, which is a digital passport that allows you to prove that you're a real human on the internet while preserving your privacy. So when we set out to solve this problem of how do you figure out what is a real and unique person, we tried a bunch of different things that you can imagine, right? Verifying people's emails and phone number, verifying their official documents like a passport, doing complex algorithms to have people endorse each other, and a bunch of other things. And at the end of the day, you realize that the only thing that is privacy preserving, inclusive, and honestly just actually secure is biometric.
I know it sounds scary. It's just from like sci-fi novels, etc. Minority Report. Turns out it's the only way
Demon.
in an inclusive manner that allows everybody in the world to participate, to issue such a proof of unique humanness. But with an iris biometrics, we could have, or we thought of using existing devices. Like the last thing we wanted to do as much fun as it was to build something like an orb is it's actually really, really hard. It takes a lot of time, and we thought about other ways to do this, but it turns out that they're not built for the same purpose.
Now, don't trust the devil when he says we tried to figure out other ways. You got, don't forget now. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Ooh-wee. And I tell you, brothers and sisters, we are moving. I'm telling you, we are moving. Okay? Apple. This is their website, by the way, apple.com. Announces new accessibility features, including eye tracking, including eye tracking, a way for users with physical disabilities to control iPad or iPhone with their eyes. We're moving. Pay attention. Whether you like it or not, we're speeding up so fast. You thinking about something else, they're doing it already. You think I told you something horrible is coming. And brothers and sisters, it's just about here. It's just about here. What will you do when there is no chance at all? Now remember, oh, we're gonna crash the world's economy, and then you're all gonna have to get an ID. Every government.
Well, in the end, we had to build a custom hardware device to actually enable something like WorldCon from both like an accuracy, inclusivity perspective, as well as from a security perspective. Essentially, what the orb does is like it takes a look at everybody who's coming, verifies that you're a real human, you're not wearing a mask, you're not a display, you're not a house cat, but a real human, and it issues proof of human certificate, essentially, that we call World ID. And
you're about to get a new birth certificate. This is wild. No one paying attention.
That you then own in your app, and you can use it.
I own my birth certificate. What do you mean I need it?
Indicate against different or for different applications and prove that you're a unique human.
Yeah, so one of the most counterintuitive things about WorldCoin is that the orb and World ID are not just private, but they're perhaps one of the most private systems at this scale that have ever existed.
Devil.
And specifically, there's 3 different layers of protection of privacy that I think is important to understand. Number one is the orb is able to perform all of these checks on device with different neural networks. The second layer of protection is the fact that your biometrics are separate from your World ID. You can actually even have a World ID before you visit an orb. What the orb does is it simply marks your World ID as verified. So when you do go around using that World ID, it's completely separate from any biometric data.
Devil.
And the third layer of protection, it's actually quite similar to what Apple shipped a few years ago that actually broke Facebook's entire advertising model. And so The way this works is when you go around using your ID, you're not even sharing your actual ID. You're almost like creating a disposable ID so that each app gets a different version of your ID, which they can use to provide you a persistent experience. You can sign in and sign out.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Here, track anything
You
you've
know,
done anywhere else
what could
with
go
your
wrong?
ID. So with these 3 layers of protection, the fact that the org is able to perform these checks on device, that your biometrics are not your identity, but only used to verify your World ID. And the fact that every time you're using your World ID, you're generating a different disposable app-specific ID, just makes World ID, again, not just private, but one of the most private things out there, period.
So decentralization means that there is no central party that can make the system fail. That's fundamentally what it means. And so if I'm right, if I'm right in my assumption that Broken will be as a fundamental shift as I think it will be, it is very, very important that there will not be a single entity, not me, not the Broken Foundation, not anyone else, that can either be attacked externally or internally come up with bad ideas or stupid ideas to compromise the whole idea of the project. That's why
He's telling you, no matter what, it's coming. Now, brothers and sisters, it's all up to you as to how you man, it's up to you, brothers and sisters.
there is a non-profit foundation called the Broken Foundation that is fully out of mine and Sam's control. And that actually has all of the IP, all of the important IP that has been created here is controlled by a nonprofit foundation. And why does it exist? Why is it not a normal company? Fundamentally, because all the governance eventually will switch to become all of humanity.
He's telling you, the government will all switch to this. It's not how, what are they doing, why are they doing it? Brothers and sisters, it's a matter of when.
Every individual being able to prove to the internet that you're a unique human being will be a kind of a big building block of this. Because once you have solved that, that's something that doesn't exist right now on the internet. Once you have solved that, you can actually launch a digital currency by giving ownership in it to every human being, because everyone can prove that they didn't claim a share in it before. And as a result, bootstrap a billion plus people network and trust that kind of the size of the network and the resulting network effects will accelerate many, many things in the world that we think are strictly good. I do think World ID can actually do great service to society by being an open source, actual public good that we can all understand and we can trust. And of course, there's still a long way to go, but I think that's kind of where we're headed.
Now, hold that thought. Take out the screen real quick. Hold that thought. Remember in the video, he said 2 years. This was 2 months ago. 2025, brothers and sisters. Well, my goodness, excuse me, 2026, right? 2026, right? Be prepared. Be prepared. You see, what's so beautiful about our Father in heaven? He tells you, be mindful. He tells you to watch. He tells you, don't sleep. Come on. Brothers and sisters, this is to unite the world under one world order. Excuse me. Join the fellowship. Joining the fellowship creates a global impact by empowering more portals around Earth. It enables voices from diverse cultures and countries to expand this collective artwork, which is dedicated to humanity and built by humanity. Fellows also receive more benefits from their participation, which are presented below. Now, please remember the word fellowship. It means companionship, a body of companions, the spirit of comradeship, friendliness, consortium, participation, a society, a consort, association with others, brothers and sisters. This is nothing normal. One who shares with another, one who puts down money with another in a joint venture. If you want, once again, people to break the barriers of not knowing one another, why aren't you giving everyone a free passport? In its first stage, two portals were privately funded by our founder, who conceived the project in 2016. In the second stage, cities and governments contributed resources to expand the portals network. In the third stage, portals will expand to a diversity of places on Earth, such as little towns, remote natural sites, empowered by our global community of portal fellows. How does it work? Our goal with the Portal Fellowship is to enable pioneers who resonate with the mission to participate and to benefit from the expansion of the Portals network. To join the fellowship, we provide a limited number of certificates that people may acquire through a dedicated auction. Hmm. Fellowship certificates are unique and collectible, limited from 1 to 4,000 for the first edition. They are provided on a first come, first served basis. The earliest fellows will have the lowest certificate numbers. Certificates exist on the Ethereum blockchain to guarantee authenticity and ownership rights. They can be acquired with Ethereum, or credit card through our auction page. To gain all community benefits, which are listed below, you will need to keep the certificate in your blockchain wallet. Benefits as a portal fellows. So, once again, you think this is normal? The stupid people who are flashing and putting up phones, these people are stupid. I'm not sorry. You going into front of something thinking that it's normal, they're telling you on this website it is not just a big looking tube. Okay? This is for something even worse. Fellows receive a unique certificate that is created from multiple artworks reflecting the founding years of the project. They were contributed by artists who have been part of the creation process. Two, impact. Purchasing a certificate helps to bring portals to little towns, large cities, and natural sites uh, of planet Earth. The contributions of our early pioneers will make this expansion possible. Three, collect. With each new portal opening, we are creating partnerships with unknown and well known artists. Hmm. The resulting artworks from these collaborations will be distributed among certificate holders. Four, access. Join community events such as monthly community calls. You can also be a silent certificate holder and skip all calls and events. Introverts are welcome. And five, surprises. Live global meetups and various exciting partnerships are upon us during our great journey together. We don't want no part of this trash. But I'm interested to see what's next for them. Oh, they won't let you go, right? 300. So these idiots are paying $300 for $300. They're, come on. These people are insane. I don't know what's worse, charging people or just telling people that look at all these idiots. All these people are idiots because you know why? They're sitting up there sharing with you their plan. That this is more than just you know, this is more than just a big ball here. Come on, no one's paying attention. History. Meeting humanity as it is for the first time, portals were born from a feeling that we humans have more to share than what separates us, from a sense that we are all interconnected on this planet of ours. The roots of the project go back to 2016 and marked the beginning of a global movement in both the physical and virtual worlds. Well, I'm aware that they're going to sit there and use this verbiage virtual. Okay. Virtual. Okay. V- what does this mean? Now, look at this. Demagogus explicitly denotes someone who leads or shepherds the demos. This eventually uses the word as the primary epithet for a political panderer represents a virtual reversal of its original meaning. Now, hold that thought. A demagogue, an unprincipled popular orator or leader, one who seeks to obtain political power by pandering to prejudices, wishes, ignorance, and passions of the people or part of them. Wait a minute. This word is connecting to. Hmm, how are they going to get people to believe this? Look, now virtual goes to this word virtue, okay? And virtue means moral life and conduct. What's the first thing people did? They started smoking, they started putting things in there. Females were flashing their body parts. This is also a portal to bring more sin. You mean to tell me this is how, okay, let's just say hypothetically, this was something of value. The first thing you do is you want to go and flash your chest. That's where society is. Brothers, that's where society is. The world is finished. Look at now. Look at what they share. Look at what they share. Idea conceived by Lithuanian artist and entrepreneur. The initial concept was shaped by a diversity of people coming together, adding perspectives on design engineering. The foundation of Portals was manifestation. I love the words they use. I mean, good grief, right? Bringing the concept to reality provided the majority of financial resources needed to build the first two portals together with a team from a nearby Vilnius Technology University. Both portal sculptures were manifested in Lithuania. First portals opened in May 2021, bridging the Lithuanian capital to the Polish city of Lublin. Lublin. Beyond inviting local citizens, portals quickly spread online and in the press reaching hundreds of millions of people within the initial months of operation. Brothers and sisters, sounds like we're late, right? Sounds like we're late, doesn't it? And they won't let me get to this other side. which is really weird. Maybe I'll have to click. Oh, excuse me. Launch. So manifestation and the launch, right? First portals open in 2021. Okay. Inviting, and I read the part spread online. Network. Portals are finally becoming a network with the launch of new portals in New York City and Dublin. For the first time, the live stream moves beyond two cities in a rotation between multiple portal locations. This achievement was enabled by years of invisible work. Really, huh? Invisible work. Okay. Can you explain that a little further? Invisible? What are you referring to? Invisible work by a growing team behind the project. It says global movement, global resonance of the initial portal launches result in thousands of inquiries, comments, and expression of support. A movement formed that energized the project toward its new chapter of growth. And then fellowship, moving closer to realizing the vision for the project. Portals are not only expanding physically, they are also expanding in the collective consciousness and in humanity's ability to contribute, inviting a community of pioneers. The Portals Fellowship was born. Does this does this sound this just sound really, really bad? This just sounds really, really bad. And last part of this portion. In 2016, I stopped believing that the success manual of our century deeply installed into my system will make me satisfied. After developing several online ventures, I had success symbols to show and a painful lack of meaning to hide. Finally, surrendering and sincerely admitting that I do not know anything about the reality led me to a mystical experience. Can you explain to us what mystical experience you're talking about? Led me to a mystical experience where I felt oneness with all life on earth for 2 weeks. I need to know what mystical experience you're talking about. Let's go back, right? Mystical. Some people will say esoteric, right? Mystical, spiritual, mysteries of faith, full of mystery, secret, one who has been initiated, pertaining to occult practices or ancient religions, mysticism, any mode of thought or life in which reliance is placed upon a spiritual illumination believed to transcend ordinary powers of understanding. Well, we are on to you. I am a smart cookie. Okay, the Most High has made me smart. Okay. So when you say mystical experience, brothers and sisters, you see these simple-minded individuals going in front of these things all over the earth. This is an initiation. After this experience, I started seeing our world with different eyes, and the default worldview, which kept forcing me to see our planet through a lens full of narratives and filters, became unbearable. So you had some kind of strong spiritual, demonic experience for 2 weeks. I felt a deep need to counter polarizing ideas and to communicate that the only way for us to continue our journey on this beautiful spaceship called Earth is together. I did not want to enter the ring and fight, but to offer something with love and light. Oh, now you're trying to take shots, right? Love and light, really? Love and light, really? Hmm. Love and light, huh? Now look what he calls himself: an active angel investor. An active angel an active angel investor. When you start seeing people like this, birthplace, earth, race, human, politics, freedom, religion, love, these are not normal people. Angel investor. It's just about time for the world to be introduced to Lucifer. I'm telling you, it's just about time. Brothers and sisters, you better buckle up because it's about to get bumpy. It's about to get bumpy. And I don't think many people are prepared. I don't think many people are prepared for what's to come. But my question is, are you? Are you? Oh, this is just the same thing. Are you? It's a horrible website. Horrible stuff. Ugh. Are you? Are you? Are you? Brothers and sisters, you may sit there and wonder, let's just see this one. Why do we go over this? It's time that people recognize where we are in the world. We're not in a good place. And I said, I this video about snakes, hoping that everyone would understand the correlation. The correlation, you may say, I'm not necessarily sure I understand. Now, on the day of the eclipse was the same day Aleister Crowley had a vision of do as thou wilt. Okay. And he was the one who wrote the book of the law. He said he had went into pyramids, you see, in Cairo, and got information from the devil. We are not coming into a time, but we are in a time that you need to be spiritually keen, spiritually aware more than ever. You're talking about this man who thought an individual who spoke to him was a holy guardian angel. Hmm, that's right. You're speaking about a man who called himself the devil, Satan, Lucifer, who even called himself a Baphomet, the live, the walking Baphomet in the flesh. When you trust the stake, where else can you go? Do you know the answer? Do you know the answer, brothers and sisters? When you trust the snake, where can you go? Hmm? I want you to think. I'm going to Matthew 24, 32. It reads, now learn a parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So Christ is saying, pay attention to how the earth is formulating, how signs are happening. It's like a tree. If you see one thing connects to another, connects to another, connects to another, you know it's almost time. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Brothers and sisters, he gave a time period, 2 years. Wake up. Wherever you are, it better be good. And first and foremost, remember, don't fear who can take the body, but who will place the soul in heaven or hell. That's who you fear. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Brothers and sisters, we're, we're, we're at a bad time here. We're at a bad time. Amos 1 through 3. Thus hath the Lord God showed unto me, and behold, a basket of summer fruit. And he said, Amos, what seest thou? And I said, a basket of summer fruit. Then said the Lord unto me, the end is come upon my people of Israel, and I will not again pass by them any more. I am going to tell you, brothers and sisters, it's about time. And the Most High continues to say, and the songs of the temple shall be howlings in the day, saith the Lord God, there shall be many dead bodies in every place. They shall cast them forth with silence. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, and even make the poor of the land to fail. I'm going to stop it there because we're going to continue in the next lesson more about incorporating Aleister Crowley, do as thy wilt, a wasp dilemma all in today's society. And the portals are the beginning of the end. Brothers and sisters, they gave you a time period. Now, they said they've been working on this since 2016. I'm not saying trust the devil, but I am saying you better move like you trusting the Most High, not the devil. Because the Most High told you, don't don't sit there and tarry. Don't sit there and twiddle your thumbs and say, I'll get this tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. You better move your hide. Uh, there's no other way to say it. Move like you want to continue to live to serve the Most High. I called this the vampire ball in the beginning because you didn't understand how deeply intertwined the snake is in everything. And you see, he's just slithering and going about unnoticed in society. And then, well, I mean, since March, since the new year, we're in what? We're just approaching June, just about what they call June. You got March, April, May, almost. It ain't been 4 months of the new year, and it already looks like the future is just inviting death. Brothers and sisters, we're going to elaborate more on that summertime because you know summertime for what? A season. And the Most High saying, children of the world, children of Israel, the world is about to get hot. And if you are not spiritually prepared, you will burn because it's just about to start. With that being all, brothers and sisters, I love you very much. I hope this was informative. Sharpen your sword. What are you waiting for? Follow the Most High. Don't tarry. What are you waiting for? Focus on Him. What are you waiting for? Because you do not want to die having to answer the Most High and Him saying, well, I shared with you. Why didn't you do anything? I want you to think about that. It's one thing to be a martyr for the Most High. But if He gives you the ability to move, if He gives you the ability to do something, why haven't you done anything? If He told everyone faith with works, well, have you worked in faith? Does your faith give a proper reflection of your works? Everyone, brothers and sisters, will have to bow every knee. But every single creation will have to stand before judgment and say why or why they didn't move with passion, with a desire to please their Father in heaven. If nothing got to you in this lesson, brothers and sisters, I hope this gets to you. How do you want to stand before the Most High in Christ? Do you want to stand in good terms, or do you want to stand with the Most High being disappointed in yet another creation because all you did was listen and you never did? With that being said, I love you all and get ready because it's summertime and it's about to get hot. Shabbat Shalom.